The final announcement that I have this morning or item to share is actually a sad item to share, but I want to bring it to the congregation's attention. So on Friday this week, Wally B. Smith passed away. He was 94 years old and he passed away peacefully. Um, Wally B was our denomination's president and prophet from 1978 all the way out through 1996. And a couple of things to highlight during Wally B's time as leader of this denomination was in 1984, Women in the Priesthood was introduced and was passed. And we have been forever blessed as a result of that action. And I did hear one time, I'm pretty sure it was Grant McMurray shared that when he saw that that was going to be brought before the body as an introduction to the Doctrine and Covenants, that he went to Wally B and his word was, "This is courageous." And I think that's a good word to sum up part of who Wally B was, courageous in that act. He also oversaw, as a part of that same Section 156, was also the introduction that the movement needed to go forward on the building of the temple. And in between the years 1990 and 1994, he oversaw then the building of the temple that we have in Independence, Missouri. And a beautiful, beautiful structure, but it's not about the bricks and the mortar and the wood. It's about the ministry that has brought and continues on. And I don't think I was aware of this, although I don't think it surprises me, going back to the word courageous, that he was willing to take on things that he felt needed to move forward. He was one of the first leaders to propose our name change to Community of Christ. And that was brought before the body in 1996, but it was not passed at that time. And it was in then 2000 that our name change to Community of Christ was in fact passed and then moved forward. But in 1996 was when Wally B retired and became president emeritus of our denomination. And so it was in 2000 that the name change occurred, and yet it was during Wally B's time that movement began. And so today we are grateful for the leadership that he provided and the ministry that he offered, but we are also saddened by his passing. And I wanted to share one thing just briefly of my personal experience was, I was in Elyria. Kathleen and I were living in Cleveland, and I was pastor of the Elyria congregation. And this was in 1997, and Elyria was planning a 70-year celebration in 1997. And Harry Black was going to be our guest minister for the weekend. He was going to come out for that. And then I got a call one day. I was at work. So I'm in work mode. I'm focused at work. I get a call one day, and a person introduces themselves and says, "Hi, this is Wally B." And I'm not normally one within the church setting that is tongue-tied, but all of a sudden I'm speaking to Wally B. And I'm not prepared for that. I'm not in the environment in which I'm ready for that call. And I found myself just, sir, I didn't know how to address him all of a sudden. But he informed me that Harry Black's wife had become ill, and Harry Black would not be able to make it, but that he was willing to come in his stead. And I thought, wow, not only is he willing to do this, he's just retired. If there's a person who deserves an opportunity, just go, you know what, I'm gonna really disengage for a little bit and just take some time for me. Instead, he said that he would come, and then also that he called me directly to inform me of this. And he said, I don't want a lot of fanfare around. I don't want a whole lot of time dedicated towards me or anything like that. Whatever you need from me, I'll do that. But I'd like a place that either a hotel or someone I'm staying with that I can have some time alone and some time to prepare and not a lot of fanfare. I know exactly where you need to be. He stayed with members of the congregation. And that weekend that he was there for our celebration, he had never been to a Lyria congregation before. He was gracious with his time and gracious with his ministry. Anything that we needed him to do, he was there for it. And I was that was the most that I'd been able to spend time with him, kind of more one-on-one, and I was very impressed with the person that was. Forget all the titles. I was impressed with the person that was before me and who he was, and his intentions towards offering ministry. And so at this time now, Cheryl will offer the prayer over prayer concerns this morning, which will also include the family of Wally B. Smith.